All right, welcome everybody to my first attempt at Custom Crisis Protocol on YouTube. Today we have the Legion of Doom versus it looks like Soldier from Final Fantasy VII, I believe. And so while he's pulling out his roster, let's just take a look here at Clockwork's roster. All right, so Justice League is led by War Seat Lex Luthor. He's got Bizarro, Solomon Grundy, Captain Cold, Sinestro, Black Manta, the Riddler, Cheetah, and Scarecrow, and the big bad Brainiac. Looks like they're rolling off dice. Looks like Clockwork's going to win priority. And while they're making decisions, let's take a look at the roster over here. So it looks like this is, yeah, this does look like a Soldiers. Not too familiar with them. I know they've got a lot of splash, but I believe Zack, Zidane, Cloud, and Sephiroth are the ones who are affiliated. And then he also has Howard the Duck, Big Daddy, Chilchuck, Holm, and Kid Radical Dreamer, and Kratos the Spartan. Looks like they're going to be choosing Clockwork Secures, and it's going to be Fear grips the world as worthy terrorized citizens versus wedding party targets in terrible attack. And this will be happening at Stargate Command, one of our custom maps. So let's take a quick look at the tactic cards as well. We've got Faulty Alloy, Plague Doctor, Power Siphon, the Hall of Doom, Yellow Lantern Corp, Scourge of the Seven Seas, Get to Work, and then good old-fashioned Brace for Impact, Patch Up, and Recalibration Matrix. Looks like they're going to be playing 20 Threat today, so we should be able to see a lot of interesting cards come up. Taking a look at the board here, we got 3 servers of size 2. We got the Stargate itself at size 4, the lifter at size 2, the ramp at size 3, computer bank over here, military crate size 2, a desk, military crates, the Fred size 3, and the Malp size 1. Now let's take a look at what he ended up drafting today. So yeah, we have Warsuit Lex Luthor. His leadership, when an allied character causes an enemy character to gain 1 or more special condition, another allied character may gain 1 power. A character may not gain more than 1 power from this leadership ability per turn. And then we also got Sinestro. We got Cheetah and Brainiac. Now, Brainiac's been a dangerous one. He may need to be rebalanced. That's a lot of the purpose of this thing. So if you see something that seems a bit unbalanced, well, that's what we're working on fixing. And it looks like we are going to be facing off against Zack, Cloud, Sephiroth, and Kratos the Spartan. And let's take a look at the leadership. We got Shenra's Golden Boy. Once per turn, when an allied character is attacking, after the resolved critical step, they may change a skull into a crit or a wild. And taking a look, his unique unique tactic cards. We have Ashes of the Family, which allows when Kratos flips to his injured side, he can gain the God of War ability. And then the Crisis Core, which when he has Cloud, Zack, and Sephiroth, he can play this card, and all of them get the As a Unit ability. All right, so taking a look here. So he has deployed Cheetah up on the line. Looks like it's going to be going after the side hammer. Next we have Zack. Oh, I just realized graphics, full screen. There, now you can see all of the action and not little bits of my bar. So Zack's going to be going right up the middle. Sinestro's going for the side action on the other side. We got Sephiroth lining up kind of against Cheetah. It looks like Warsuit's going to line up to maybe grab that front hammer. Nope. Now he's thinking about. All right, apparently Warsuit, Lex Luthor, and Sinestro are going to team up on a side, meaning Brainiac's probably going right down the middle. We have Cloud lined up here. Yep, there's Brainiac right in the middle. And Kratos the Spartan from God of War as the final thing. And with that, it looks like we are about to start the action. So, right at opening, he plays his Crisis Core card so that he does in fact get those bonus abilities. Looks like they're starting with Sinestro here. Sinestro seems to be lining up to grab the Stargate hammer that's awkwardly floating up in the sky. And he knocks the hammer down. The hammer is officially broken. All right, so it looks like he lines up to be by the VIP and grab the hammer. Despite the awkward fall of the token there. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on that Stargate model. All right, looks like Kratos is going for Improv Dungeon here. Interestingly enough, he chooses to do a kind of a charge action instead of the more traditional go for the side hammer. Now Kratos, let's take a look at Kratos here. He's going to be using Chaos Blades against Sinestro. So because he adds the threat value to his dice, it's a pretty big hit. 8 dice. Like, this is one of the ones we've been talking about needing to do something about because he seems a little strong. But he's definitely a god killer. It looks like we've got. Uh-oh, this isn't looking good for Clockwork here. Looks like we got 3 successes of 4 successes somehow. Oh, because he used the leadership to change a skull against 1. So because he got a hit, he's going to get to pull the character. Now, Sinestro is considering something here. He's going to be playing Hall of Doom, the reactive portion. When an allied character would suffer damage from an enemy attack, that character may pay 1 power to play this card. After the attack is resolved, play this character within 1 of itself. At the start of the activation cave, if there is an enemy character with 3 or more special conditions, return this card to your available team tactics. And now he does his 1-inch jump, trying to get back to the VIP. Looks like it's going to be close. I don't think he's going to make it, but I've been wrong before. Oh, I was wrong. He did just barely manage to get there. Oh, and Kratos is thinking about throwing the ramp at Sinestro. He does have brace, but getting rid of brace early is not a horrible thing. So he does throw the ramp at Sinestro. And brace is used. A lot of tactics cards used early on the League of Doom side. And that would be the end of Kratos' turn. Looks like we have Cheetah moving up to get the hammer that Improv decided not to have yet. And Cheetah jumps onto the Fred, lines up for the VIP Celestial Hammer duo. And so for a double move, he gets into the range of the Celestial Hammer and a VIP. And that looks like that's the end of Cheetah's turn. So let's see what Soldier's reaction will be. I get the feeling that he's going to try to go for a Sinestro Daze first turn to help catch up on hammers. It looks like he'll be going with Sephiroth. Soldier seems to be going for an attrition-based gameplay for first round at least. Let's see. Sephiroth, another big baddie. Very, very defensive. So it looks like he's going to be using Oblivion on Cheetah. It's a 5-die beam, and it'll allow him to move. So right now it's looking like so he gets to change the skull into a crit, and then he rolls it. So he ends up with 5 successes, because a total of 2 of those skulls are actually successes. So 2 damage gets through to Cheetah. And then he goes within 1. I assume he'll be getting up on that VIP. Ronin's pretty popular, it looks like. And it looks like that will be the end of Sephiroth's turn. Alright, so he's gone with Warsuit Lex, flying over the lifter. So it looks like he's double moving to create a wall of protection for the VIP over on this side. Looks like that's the end of Warsuit's turn. Let's just take a look at the field from Improv Dungeon's side. Oh, looks like apparently he's decided to use yet another tactic card. He wanted to go ahead and get Cheetah, or I'm sorry, Sinestro into some safety, it looks like. So he moves right next to the Stargate. Looks like Cloud will be out of reach now. And looks like Zack has a plan to move forward, grab a hammer, and maybe do a little damage to Warsuit. He was measuring range 4, so it looks like he's going to be doing an air slash. And I was right. He did, in fact, go up, pick up the hammer, and jump slashing Warsuit Lex Luthor. This is going to end up being a 5-die physical attack. He's got 4 dice, some damage reduction. Looks like no rolls on Clockwork, so all he has is his damage reduction. So it looks like Warsuit took 2 damage. So it looks like that with that move and attack, that will be Zach's turn. So all that's left is Brainiac. Big 7 threat. So, I mean, we assume he'll pick up his hammer. He does have a beam 4. Maybe that can possibly reach Zach, but that's probably asking too much. And it looks like he's just gonna wander over to the Ronin VIP token. Maybe hide a little bit behind the Malp. And that is going to be the end of Brainiac's turn. And so we have Cloud left. You know, based off of Improv's previous work this turn, I assume Cloud's gonna go ahead and attack somebody. So taking a look here, Cloud's got so he's got 2 powers, so he could do Braver, or he can just use the big old sword. So it looks like he's choosing to go for Braver, which has double pierce on a wild, 7 dice. Warsuit can't afford his tech. Oh, I guess he did have exactly 2. So he can re-roll 2 of his dice. And will be causing a damage and pushing away afterwards. Oh, we got a big. Oh, we have a real big spike here. 7 to a 1. Oh, not looking good for the Warsuit. He gets dazed, meaning no one scores the VIP over here now, so that worked out well for Soldier's side. And that will be the end of Cloud's turn, since he has no power actions. So taking a look at it, it looks like Clockwork is going to score 3 points. No one's scoring on VIPs. And Improv Dungeon will be getting 1 point for the one hammer that they managed to pick up. Stepped in for a second to remind them that some wedding party shenanigans are in fact taking place, even though they're not moving them. All right, so we are going into round 2. Round 2 goes. The Legion of Doom still has priority. Looks like he's starting with Cheetah. Oh, so she's going to be changing Cat Claws to a Mystic attack with Void Winds. So this is going to be 7-die Mystic. And this is going into Sephiroth, who has 4-die Mystic. All right, so looking like 2 successes on defense, with 6 successes over here on offense. Oh, is that? Um, where's this? Oh, Void Wind. They allows them to count blanks as well. Okay, and he had a pierce. So that's a total of 7 damage and a bleed to Sephiroth. That was quite a swing for a 4th threat against a 7th threat. Um, I'm personally not convinced that Sephiroth is at a 7th threat. I think maybe that should be lowered. But this is the first time I've seen him played, so. And so Sephiroth is doing his reactive attack using a Scintilla here, which allows him to make a Masumuni attack. Sorry if I'm butchering some words here. Looks like so it looks like Cheetah's going to take a total of 1 damage there. Cheetah still has an action. All right, so now he's going to be pouncing in using the power of is Cartaga. I'm sure I pronounced that one 100% accurately. Sephiroth is now dodging Cheetah. Looks like he dodges Cheetah quite well. But she's still got the ability to do a controlling bite to try to finish him. Yep, that's what he chooses to do. It's 8 dice with the hammer. It's got a pierce, and they can possibly damage some other characters. Let's see. So, looks like this isn't looking like a big hit, though. Cheetah fails to finish it off at all. No damage coming through. No pierce happens. Cheetah completely whiffs. Does he have any other things to do here? No, he's used up pretty much the entire card. Looks like in the Legion of Doom's attempt to use all of their cards up, Warsuit Lexer is patching up Sinestro, and that looks like that ends Cheetah's turn. So I'm guessing Sephiroth is going to be next here. Yeah, so Sephiroth is now going to, with his 6 power, he's got a meteor. And it looks like he's sending a meteor right into Brainiac's face. All right. So he gets to reroll any number of his attack, defense, or dodge rolls. So this is 9 dice into Brainiac. Oh, this is looking like another big hit. Though the defense roll was good, but not like the attack roll was. I'm counting 10 to 3 so far. Oh, 7. That is 1 shy. Now he's going to follow up with a Masamune to hopefully finish off Brainiac. Oh, another big roll. Only 5 successes. And Brainiac drops his hammer. hard to fight against dice rolls like that. No matter how good your strategy is, no matter how many points you're scoring, someone comes in and getting these kind of hits on you. It's rough. Looks like he's going with Sinestro. Sinestro's lining up to see what he can do. Looking like targeting Kratos. Just take out Sinestro's card here. Looks like yeah, so Fear was a new special condition created for a couple of characters in the Legion of Doom. It does count as a special condition. Any cards that give them do give you the rules for it. Looks like he chose to do Avatar of Parallax so that he can advance S and then count skulls in the enemy defense rolls as successes. Looks like he's looking to go after either Kratos or Cloud. Oh, so it looks like he's doing attacking Kratos with his yellow weapon construct. He's going to be counting skulls on both sides here. Oh, so that was 7 successes into Kratos. He's going to reduce the damage by 1. It's still That's still a lot of damage into Kratos. One more to take him down to days. I'm guessing he's going to take a shot at that with that 6 power he just got. He's going to be doing a yellow construct smash. Smashing into him as if it was a size 2 terrain. With no additional dice added for crits. Let's see if this is enough to take out a Kratos. But he does have 2 rerolls, even though he didn't get to roll an extra die. And he blocks just enough. So he's still looking to get that last point. So it looks like he's thinking about going into Cloud instead. And so, yeah, he is attacking Cloud, interestingly enough. Looks like Cloud does take 3 damage. And with the crit, he gets to advance Cloud short. Interesting choice to decide to not just finish off Kratos, but we'll see here. Looks like Kratos will be going here. Kratos is spending 3 power. I think he's doing his Warhound. Allows him to move and then make a Chaos Blade attack. And if it does damage, he'll be staggered. And it looks like he is now attacking Lex. This will be a 7-die attack. Looks like it's 3 successes to 1 in damage reduction. So 1 damage to Warsuit Lex Luthor. He gets staggered because he did take that damage. And now Kratos has 1 more action. And he is now going to be doing a Cyclone Blade, an area 2 attack. He has 10 dice. Yeah, I think this God Killer on Kratos may need to have some adjustments. Oof. 4 crits. Doesn't really matter what adjustments you make when a guy rolls 10 dice. Lex Luthor, I believe. Oh no, that was Sinestro. He is officially dazed. Let's see if Lex Luthor can survive this. Lex plays 2 for kinetic deflection. Alright, so he declares this as an energy. So this is an energy attack. Oh. So Warsuit ended up taking a couple of points of damage. There was a little bit of confusion. But Sinestro does drop a hammer. He chooses to drop it way back there. He doesn't want to pick it up himself. And he gains Incinerate. And that will end Kratos' turn. So I believe all he has left is Lex, who is staggered. While Cloud and Zach are still to go on Improv Dungeon side. Hey, Warsuit Lex Luthor should have some power. You took 2 power off that you didn't really spend. Hey, so you spent 2 power on Lex Luthor that you didn't actually spend, and you never gave him power for the damage. You remember you spent 2 for deflection, and then ended up not actually deflecting. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Back to the action. I wanted to step in there and all right. So the hammer, he doesn't actually technically have the hammer yet because this is a charge attack. He picked that up prematurely, but he's not rolling those dice, so it's fine. It's looking good for a Kratos takedown here. And with that, Kratos is dazed. All right, so that would be the end. So now it is just Zack and Cloud's turn to do some damage. Cheetah's looking scared there in the corner. Looks like Zack's going to be. So, yeah, looks like we have one air slash coming in. So it's 5 dive physical into Cheetah. Cheetah's pretty good about defending against physical. It's looking like 1 success to 3 successes. Looks like it's going to be a. It's going to do another air slash, but this time he's adding Angel's pupil to it. Since he's already targeted, he gets to add 2 more dice. Clockwork's just not getting the dice rolls he needs here. Looking like 2 successes versus 3 successes. So really not too bad. Just one. Cheetah is still up. And now it's just Cloud. So Cloud's a bit far back. But he's got a lot of power, but he doesn't have a lot of range. He's a little worried. Cloud's a little bit worried about all of the clapback that can happen next turn with everyone in the Legion of Doom having some power. This is what it looks like from Cloud's point of view. So Cloud's decided to move over to his right flank. Looks like he'll secure the objective, get some much needed points. And looks like that is going to be the end of round 2. Looks like tables have turned a bit on scoring. And so it's tied up at 4. But the attrition. So they end up moving the VIP. A lot of people over here losing power. Looks like 3 people over here will lose a power each. And as they make sure they're getting all of their power situated correctly. And it looks like the Legion of Doom, I always get that mixed up, Justice League and Legion of Doom. But Legion of Doom will be going first. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, he actually did score one more. VIPs are worth 2, not 1. And so he's playing Ashes of the Family. So an interesting card for sure. All right, so this is the beginning of round 3. He's going to be opening up with Cheetah. Cheetah's got 5 power on her, giving her, a couple of options here. She can do one of her superpowers and her gainer. And her spender. All right, now he has managed to get into range of his controlling bite into Zack. And so he's hoping to get his trigger here to take out Sephiroth. Unfortunately, he needed himself a crit in a wild, and he did not get either a crit or a wild. Cheetah still has an action, though, so now he's got to decide. So he chooses to do Cat Claws into Sephiroth. He just needs 1 point of damage here. That looks like a pretty good roll, especially with the Pierce. But doesn't look like Sephiroth can stay standing against the Cat Claws of Cheetah. Cheetah goes ahead and picks up the hammer with the power that she got from Sephiroth, then heals with healing factor, and that would be the end of her turn. Not too bad, but she is in a tough position here against Zack. But then Zack will be in a tough position against Brainiac. So he's going with Zack. So he's using his Soldier First Class on Cheetah. Or is this just... Oh no, this is just Replacement Sword. Ooh. Think that's going to be enough to take Cheetah out. So now Cheetah drops 2 hammers. So now 3 hammers are stacked on 1 person. And it looks like Zack is choosing the runaway from Brainiac option, which is understandable. But Brainiac doesn't have too much problem catching up with FTL flight and mind control. So I still think that guy's in a lot of trouble. But there's no reason for him to deal with that now. So it looks like he is checking out on the left side here. He's going to be going with Sinestro. Also powered up. With 8 power, he's got quite a few options. Looks like he could exploit Fears, Avatar of Parallax, and Yellow Construct Smash all in one round if he wants. Now he's considering mixing it up with a red solar radiation beam. Yeah, he has decided to go with Luther. He's opening up with just a power armored punch into Cloud. This will be 6 dice, possible stun, possible stagger. Oh no, it looks like he's punching Kratos instead. Looks like he's hoping to soften him up so that the beam could maybe take them both down. With no successes on the defense roll. Not much more on this one. Um, oh, no, this is War Suit Lexer. Okay, yeah. Looks like he is paying 2 to charge. He's hoping to get onto the VIP and then do the beam. So this will be a 7-die beam because he has a hammer with incinerate and stun, and the incinerate and the stun is before damage is dealt, so that's extra rough. So 3 defense versus, oh, not a bad roll. We got 5 to 3. All right, now all those special conditions are sorted. Now we are going into Cloud with the beam. Looks like 1 success. Yeah, looks like that was enough to daze Cloud at least. So Lex Luthor managed to get some work in. He was hoping to manage to get the sweep over here, but it was not to be. And that's going to end Luthor's turn. And all he has left is Kratos. And so he opens up with the throw he gets for free for the card that he played. He's throwing himself at Luthor. Lex Luthor is getting the Stargate thrown at him. He does not have enough power to use his kinetic deflection. So this could very well be the end of Warsuit. And it looks like we have our first KO with Warsuit Lexer there. Or Warsuit Lex Luthor. Next, so Kratos still has 2 attacks, but has now used up all of his power. He looks like he's going to take an action to get rid of his stun so he can gain some more power. So it looks like he is going to try to. He's using the Chaos Blade on Sinestro. So this will be 8 dice. Oh. So looks like Sinestro opened up with a yellow Construct Smash. So it looks like he's considering his options here. He can go with just a yellow weapon construct and attack his weakest defense. But he has gone with the avatar of Parallax so that he can count skulls in his enemy defense rolls as successes next time it makes an attack. Oh, looks like he has decided to do Avatar of Parallax into a yellow weapon construct into Kratos. But not a great roll. All right, so we are back. There was a little bit of delay. Apparently, one of our players had a fire alarm issue in their dormitory, and there's all kinds of procedures involved with that. But we are back in the action here. It looks like Sinestro is going to be doing his Spender into Kratos to help assure a death. All right, so he's on fire. Not a great roll, but he only needs 1 damage. So Sinistro just completely whiffs it there with the spender. Kratos gets to reduce the damage by one by paying one, and just nothing happened there. So yeah, this whole side just kind of failed. And now Brainiac gets to do his thing. So I'm guessing Brainiac's gonna hunt down Zack. So he opens up with an FTL flight like I thought he would to move himself within two. And so at this point, he could go for two telepathic assaults if he wants. Alright, so he is deciding to do a mind control to move him closer so that he can get the hammers. So he's got 6 power left to spend here. Um, oh, he's choosing to throw the Fred. This is an interesting choice because it takes him below his threshold. But, he did get 3 damage in, so now he's going to go into a builder. Oh, 0 rolls there. He needs this. Oh, and looks like he does get it. Oh, he didn't need it. Sorry, he already had 2. Oh, and he had rerolls because, yeah, he gets to reroll a lot. So, so now you got the scary situation of a 7 threat holding 3 hammers. Like Brainiac, it will be a target. And so, with the successful capture of those cameras and this VIP, this could possibly be a scoring game and not an attrition game out of nowhere. And so we got the VIPs This one here is stuck where he's at. This VIP is running to safety. So it looks like the score is going to be 1 for the soldiers and 5 for the Legion of Doom. So as it often does, it's going to all come down to these hammers. He who controls the hammers controls the world. Priority. Priority does move to the blue side. Everyone on the board is currently flipped. So a team wipe could happen at any time. Ah, all right. So it looks like there's a bit of error in the code. Zach here actually does have 6 health, not 3 health. This occurs because I tend to add people 30 or 40 at a time, and sometimes I make mistakes. All right, so he's opening up with Zach, because Zach's got a lot of power. Let's check out some of Zach's options here. Looks like he's opening up with Soldier First Class, just a good old-fashioned smash with a stun and a possible throw. All right, so let's see how this goes. Four blocked out of 5, so 1 damage. But it looks like he got his stun and the throw. So it looks like he's going to throw Brainiac into Cheetah. It's smack right about there. Brainiac takes 1 damage, and Cheetah tries to dodge out of the way. She's pretty good at dodging, though. She's already defended without her rerolls. So for Zach's second action, he may just go Soldier First Class again. So he's decided to go with an Angeal's Pupil in the replacement sword. So you can gain some power and maybe get a little bit of extra cleave damage. Oof. Only one success. So Brainiac does live to see another day. It looks like we have a patch up on this side. So Kratos is up and running again. Alright, so Clockwork is starting with Brainiac. Oh, he gets to pay a power to remove a special condition, so manages to get rid of the stun. Clockwork seems a little worried about Sephiroth's reactive attack. Looks like he's decided to go metamorphic weaponry, which will be 9 dice with the 3 hammers. He's going into Zack. Oh, it looks like it might be his turn to get a bit of a spike here. Ooh, turns both his crits and still has reroll. Say goodbye to Zack. 8 into 3. Oh, 1 health remaining. He also gets to give him a condition. Shock, bleed, or poison. He's deciding to give him bleed. So now with 9 power, he can do a throw and a telepathic assault. He can move people. Throw in a size 2 crated Sephiroth. Alright, so now he's trying to see about arranging himself where he's not within the range 3 of where Sephiroth could do his uh, reactive attack. He's thinking about doing the mind control thing where he can advance Sephiroth S. I do not think he's going to be able to do it, but he could still FTL jump if all he wants to do. So it looks like he's going to do an 11 die telepathic assault onto Sephiroth here, hoping to get a throw. Looking pretty good so far. That looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 2. It looks like that was just enough to take out Sephiroth. So that opens things up on this side to be very much Clockwork side. Like Cheetah can just casually hop onto here. So that's pretty much just 5 points that there's very little he can do much about. And so looks like Sinestro is going to be gone. So Sinestro removed from the field. And so it's Cheetah and Kratos. So it looks like Cheetah does at least want to take a swing at getting Zack off the board, since it's just one more point of damage to do that. So 1 damage here removes Zack from the board. Pretty solid roll. Oh, gets his wilds. So that seems like that'll be more than enough to take out Zach. Alright, and she sneaks up onto the Ronin VIP objective. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. If it's just a generic person. I mean, it looks kind of like Mary Jane Watson. But, I'm not sure. Is this somebody? Seems weird to make this somebody and this be just nobody. I mean, is Ronan the person getting married at this? I thought they were supposed to be guests. So it looks like Kratos threw himself and now is considering moving. I think he's hoping maybe to take Cheetah down to make it so the point swing isn't so bad. I mean, at 5 points, Brainiac can pretty much run away with hammers next turn. So he can attack either. This is interesting. But he doesn't have any real powers, so. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he spent power to do a charge. So he gets a Chaos Blade right here. And then can do another attack. And honestly, the Kratos into Brainiac is so ridiculously powerful because of, he's a 7 threat and he gets to add 6 dice to it because it's such a high threat. So Brainiac's gonna have to get pretty lucky here. So yeah, 10 die, 10 die physical damage into Brainiac here. It's not looking good. Ooh. And with that, Brainiac is going to go down, it looks like. And with that, Brainiac goes down. Alright, well, with Brainiac down, they're discussing whether or not this is just over at this point. With only Cheetah on the board, all right, so he's decided that he's gonna attempt here. He picks up all the hammers, and so it all comes down to whether or not But Soldier is currently scoring all 8 of the victory points. So Cheetah takes 2, which is really overall probably beneficial. Because if they are going to manage to play this through, yeah, he's scoring 6 here. So yeah, I'm not scoring all 8, just scoring the 6. I was mistaken there. So they are going to go into the final round. Red or Priority moves back to Clockwork Cuttlefish. They're going to do a little bit of So it still all comes down to the Cheetah here. If Cheetah can open up with a kill on Kratos, so I mean a Void Wind into a controlling bite is going to give Cheetah 7 dice, counting blanks, against his 3. And then she can, also do a Cat Claw. And if she manages to get 2 power there, she could do a throw or a pounce. Yeah, it really is just coming down to this right here. So he's decided to open with the pounce. Now he's reconsidering. Oh, he's decided to go with Void Wind first, which is what I thought he would do. A Void Wind into a controlling bite seems like his best move. And then you Cat Claw and hope to get enough for a power of Urza Tag Pounce. Having a little issues trying to undo. He thought he got a move from his Void Wind. Oh, he goes with Cat Claw, which is an interesting choice. I guess he wants to gain the power. Fortunately, he does get to count his blanks. So, so he only ends up getting 2 damage through. So he needs 4 damage to come in here. So he's going to go for the pounce, and then I assume the controlling bite. So unfortunately, he ended up doing no damage with his pounce. So it's all down to the final spender. He's got a pierce, which is really the only thing relevant here. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. I think that's going to be it. Cheetah has used her bag of tricks. All right. Well, congratulations, Clockwork Cuttlefish. I mean, I'm sorry, no, Improv Dungeon. I'm sorry, Improv Dungeon.